This is Autoline Daily, reporting on all aspects of the global automotive industry. FCA announced that it's hired Simon Sproule as its new Chief Communications Officer, as well as the head of its North American communications. Sproule joins FCA from Aston Martin Lagonda, where he was Vice President and Chief Marketing Officer. Prior to joining Aston, Sproule held communications positions at Tesla, Renault Nissan, and Ford. Sproule will join FCA in early February. You know, Simon's a pretty cool dude, and we had him on Autoline After Hours a few years back, if you'd like to go check that out. Last year, Mercedes-Benz and Geely announced plans to form a joint venture to develop electric smart cars. And now, after receiving regulatory approval, the two companies have formally formed the joint venture called the Smart Automobile Company. Mercedes and Geely are investing around $780 million to develop Smart into a premium electric brand on a global basis. The headquarters will be located in China. Mercedes will design the vehicles while Geely will develop them. The first Smart vehicles from the joint venture are expected to hit the market in 2022. Google's autonomous vehicle subsidiary Waymo just hit a major milestone. The company announced its self-driving cars have logged more than 20 million miles on public roads since it was created in 2009. More impressively, half of those miles were completed in just over a year, while it took a decade to drive the first 10 million miles. Waymo is currently offering autonomous rides on a limited basis to the public in the Phoenix area without a backup driver. Nissan is revealing more information about the all-wheel drive system it will offer on its electric cars, which will be called e-Force. The system will do the things you expect, like better cornering performance and traction on slippery roads. But Nissan also claims it will improve ride comfort as well. This is done by using regenerative braking from both the front and rear motors, which will limit the vehicle from pitching back or diving forward. That means less jostling around for passengers. Nissan is displaying e-Force on the Ariya concept because the production version of that vehicle will be the first to feature the system. Sony gave us a bit of a shock this week by pulling the covers off a pretty competent-looking concept at CES called the Vision S. It's using the concept as a way to show off its technologies in the area of safety, entertainment, and adaptability. By adaptability, Sony means things like linking a person's smartphone to the car. So if they're looking at a map or listening to music, it would automatically transfer over to the car as soon as you got in. Or it's like learning someone's preferences, as well as over-the-air updates. There are a total of 33 sensors, both inside and out of the Vision S, which allows for advanced cruise control, self-parking, and auto lane change, or in other words, level 2 autonomous driving. And of course, what would any Sony be without a huge display screen and a seemingly unnecessary amount of speakers? 33 to be exact. You know, as we've been saying, the data generated by cars and the advanced technology going into them are markets that are or will be worth billions. So it's no wonder Sony is jumping in. But I personally don't expect Sony to produce its own vehicle. Although one could argue it would, because it doesn't want to share all that data with anyone else. Let us know what you think. CES in Las Vegas is underway, and if you'd like to see the latest technology and gadgets automakers and suppliers are showing off, check out our coverage of the show, which is being brought to you by our sponsors, Magna, Gentex, and Bose. Just look for those interviews on our website, autoline.tv, or on our YouTube channel.
Autoline Daily is brought to you by Bridgestone Tires. Your journey, our passion.
Earlier this week, Lamborghini revealed the rear-wheel drive version of the Huracan EVO. And now the company announced it will be the first automaker to incorporate full in-car control by Amazon Alexa for the entire Huracan EVO range in 2020. Drivers will be able to adjust functions like climate, interior lighting, and seat heating with voice command. The Alexa integration will also allow owners to connect with other devices that work with Alexa. For example, drivers can control things like entry gates, thermostats, and lights inside a house with voice commands directly from the vehicle. The Huracan EVO Coupe and Spider are available now, while the rear drive version goes on sale this spring. And as we promised when we launched the new set, we'd like to talk more about it. Like we said, there's lots of things up here that we'd like to talk about on this show. But also, there's things that represent parts of us up here as well. As you can see over my left shoulder, we've got a lot of tools and parts and pieces from cars. While I haven't talked about this for a while, I was actually a certified automotive mechanic for many years. And you know, lots of times I see people talking about some of their favorite tools. And I'm going to highlight some of mine because I put them on the set. One of them is this 3/8 Impact. It's made by Ingersoll Rand. I've always thought it was awesome, super powerful, could get me out of almost any situation. But almost as equally important to me are these set of wrenches. I think almost any good tech is going to tell you a wrench is one of their favorite tools, because there's so much that they can do. And what I love about these ones, super long, you can get a lot of torque on them. It's got the boxed end at one end, it's got a ratchet at the other, and it's not flexible, which I kind of like. Some of them actually have a little flex on them. But if you're going down into a deep spot where you really need to kind of fiddle it on there, having a flex end is no good. But these are two of my favorite tools. Highly recommend them to anybody. But that's all for these, and that's it for today. Thanks for watching. See you again tomorrow.